Alrighty, guys, so we are back at it again. We have gone through the door after that one puzzle. I was actually a little confused because I think I left off at like right when we were going through the door, and now we're actually through the door in the hallway when I loaded it back up. But I checked the flowchart, and it looks like we're still on the right path, so we should be good. If anything, I might have missed one line of them saying like, we're going through the door. I also messed up when reading my friend's thing that he told me about. One of the little keynotes he made said to accept the bookmark from Santa. I did that anyway, which is good, but I actually made a mistake there where I didn't actually read it first, so I'm going to make sure to be more adamant. So we know that in room 2, it's not too much spoilers because I have no idea what it means, but we're gonna pick up some dry ice, I guess. And when asked, I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first, answer, it did strike Junpei as rather odd. So I have certain little things I have to do in a certain order in order to get like the true ending in the end, I guess. That way I don't have to come back and do it later. Or I don't know if it's part of this ending, either way. Things we're doing in a certain order to trigger certain endings, so... Yeah, let's continue here. They step through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway.
Another hallway.
Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway.
Come on, open!
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Damn it!
They took hold and shook, but it refused to move.
Look over here!
Nearby was a pair of elevators.
Elevators. And the buttons? Of course they don't work.
The power must be out here too, just like by the staircase.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any choice.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Well then, let's open it.
All right, here I go.
Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. Alright. He entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly.
Oh, so it's a kitchen.
Santa did not look pleased.
What were you expecting?
Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here.
You know
really
that
think
isn't...
it'd be that easy?
Yeah. Gotta find the 9 door.
Yeah, I know. Still.
As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until, at last, she stood in front of a door.
If we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier.
Wait, what? Wait, Junpei only said, He was supposed to say, but don't we need a key for that? Alright.
No good.
Wait, are my voice lines fucked up? What's going on? I heard click click not good, but it says Junpei, sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy. Okay.
Anyway, let's take a look.
Okay, they're working now. Weird. Alright. Junpei dug the ship map from his pockets and spread it out in front of him. As he did.
Hey!
What's that?
Oh, we forgot to tell him about the map.
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from him.
Let me see that.
She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself.
I knew it. See? Look.
Yes, hold your horses.
Junpei did as he was told.
What did you figure out?
Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well.
This is handy.
See? We came in here. Now if we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate.
With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map.
How about that? She's right. We can get out through there.
There we go. Here, you can have it back.
Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei.
Thanks.
He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. Alright.
There's a card reader on the right
So
side of the
I
door.
imagine we're gonna have to do a puzzle to get this card.
And that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
Yep.
That seems the most likely.
All right, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
Look for clues! Here we go! Puzzle time! Puzzle time! Seek a way out. Let's do this! Those 9 plates look pretty expensive. They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. Okay, well, excuse me, princess. Well, a voucher, it says. Appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. 910 AF. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, there's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like cats. The middle is super deep for a plate. They're soup plates. They're made that way so the soup doesn't spill. If you ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that? Alright. Like, I don't think I'm gonna learn anything from clicking all these plates. It doesn't look like there's anything on them. Usually it's pretty obvious. Countertop, rolling pin, colander, nothing useful in other words. Alright. Can't click on that. That's the exit. Big ol' iron plate over the door. I don't think we can open it. Hey Santa, could you open that door please? What the hell? There's no way I could open that thing. Guess you're getting to that age where your eyes start to go, huh? Damn! You better watch your mouth, boy! Or someone won't live long enough to see that door opened. Man, friggin', I wouldn't be surprised if Lotus somehow faked her own death and was the one that stabbed me in the other room just because of how mean everybody is to her. But unfortunately, she was the one dead there, so yeah. In that other ending, that is. We gotta get out of here and fast. Alright, it's a tank with a pipe coming out of it. Nothing really that special about it. Alright. It's a bolt, and it's really rusty. Will this even open? We won't know unless we try. Let's give it a shot. Damn, no dice. Alright. So that's a no-go. What about here? Ooh, fancy. There's so much stuff in here. A whole lot of cans. Probably a pantry. Oh. Cheese! Hey, there's something behind the cheese. I just happened to click on that one, and then I noticed afterwards that it looks like there's something behind it. Why don't we move some of this cheese? Alright guys, time to move it. There's a little green bottle back there. A bottle of oil. Alright. Okay. There's milk in here. Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really old. Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it'd be a pretty sight. Yeah. Looks like some kind of large tin container. Well, it's empty. Okay, so was that bottle the only... Oh, never mind. Oh,
A rusty knife?
the knife that stabbed us! Oh, and the other ending. Maybe. Is it? Could it be? Who went through this door in my other playthrough? Who would have gone through this puzzle? It would have been, Santa, Lotus. I think it was Santa, Lotus, Clover, and June, right? Curious.
I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
If this isn't the knife that stabbed us in the other ending, that's gonna be pretty shitty that we got stabbed by a rusty knife. That's just like, if you don't die from the initial stabbing, you're gonna die from tetanus.
It's futile.
Futile?
You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason really. I was just thinking about futility.
Huh?
Huh. She wasn't making much sense. Junpei tried rephrasing his question.
Why were you thinking about futility?
At last, she answered.
Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
The Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted?
Ooh. Okay, so I wasn't given any orders for the answer for this, so I guess it doesn't matter. No, I haven't. I actually haven't,
No,
so...
I haven't. What is it?
In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank, a novel was published. It was called Futility. It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson. The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking. Of course, if that was the only similarity, there wouldn't be any reason to mention it. It wasn't, though. The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure time, size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and
Jeez.
crew, the number of lifeboats, even the location of the accident itself, and the cause, and the location of the damage. Everything
What?
matches the Titanic almost exactly. It was almost as if he'd seen the whole thing happen. But this book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank.
That can't be a real thing, right?
But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic. There were two other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Stead wrote two stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, two ships collided. Many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Right, I knew you'd say that. What if Stead had some sort of special powers?
Ooh, special
Be more
powers.
specific? What if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
What?
What? Automatic writing? Wait,
What are we? Neon from Hunter x Hunter?
are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Yes.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull. Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet.
Yeah.
So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
The ghost from the future.
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
Oh.
What?
What are you smoking?
That's what I'm thinking.
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes 20 years before it happened.
What? A time-traveling ghost? He decided it was probably best to say nothing. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad.
Well,
Junpei smiled uncomfortably.
well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But
Her voice trailed off and she glanced at the floor, troubled.
Come on, let's get back to it.
Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box. Alright, we got ourselves a rusty knife now. So, yeah, I know, like, there's been a few other stories that have some truth to them and have some made-up stuff for the game, and I'm like, every time I hear one of these stories now, I'm actively trying to think of, like, okay, how could this relate to our current situation? And, like, if they somehow managed to have told us what the ending is, like, what the true ending to this game is gonna be, or some, like, big revelation with just small pieces in these little stories they've given us all throughout the game, is gonna be kind of crazy. Now, I don't know if that's even the case. I don't know if we're gonna be, you know, having any kind of revelations like that where all these stories really matter, or if all these stories are just like character development to see what the characters believe in, and like random fun little stories to get you thinking and to, you know, maybe pad out time in the game a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to get to the ending and see, and maybe I won't even be smart enough to pick up and put these pieces together that have been given to us in these different stories. But anyway, we have a rusty knife. I think that might be it for this room. Let's back out. What's this? Wow, this pot looks like it's made of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. Spending a day off with June drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me? Jumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. Alright. It's a lot of notes. They've got a bunch of stuff written on them, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that. Right? So we're in this room now. We got preparing food. There are plates everywhere, yep. Oh. What is this? What? We have to find some kind of code, huh? It looks like you can enter numbers into this thing. Is it an oven timer? It's probably for entering a passcode. After all, the oven door is locked. My guess is that it'll open if we put in the correct code. Alright. Well, I don't think we have a code yet. So all we've got here is pot and a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could use some of those as weapons. What kind of idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Hey man, it was just a joke. Why so serious? Ugh. What the heck? I just grabbed my back scratcher since I can play this game with one hand, and I have a real bad itch on my back right now. And I friggin', I don't know. It felt like, I think it's just cold, but it felt like the handle of the back scratcher was like, sticky or like wet or something, but I don't think it is. Alright, bottles of seasoning. Alright. Wait, so have we checked, like, nearly everything? What's this thing? Alright. It's going. Do you think this was all part of Zero's plan? Probably. Kinda hard to believe there's a chef on board somewhere. Interesting. The grill, there are some coals down there. They're bright and red. Alright. It looks like the area under the plate opens up. No, you can't. I already checked it. Sealed shut. I think that's where the coal goes. So what's the point of this? A grill ready to grill. Damn it, there's nothing in here. Hey Santa, digging through the trash really suits you. What the hell did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just piss and moan, so I did it for you. Oh my, I don't recall asking you to do anything. I ought to throttle you. Squeeze me? Does it feel colder in here? What? Trash can, that's not, okay. Well, better be full of rotten food. Yep, probably. Oh, a sink? Still got water in it. There's a couple plates there, but I don't think they're gonna help us much. Oh, whetstone. Can we combine? Maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. Oh, okay. The blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this. Alright, it's no longer rusty. Good for stabbing friends. So what can we cut that we couldn't cut before? Huh. Big barrel milk. Cans lining. Huh. Dutch cheese. If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad, so you can store it at room temperature for quite a while. So we can eat this? Most likely. I'm not hungry at all. It's hard to get hungry in a situation like this. Alright. I'm overlooking something, aren't I? Pretty obvious, I feel like. What did this say again? A voucher. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. Like, I almost think this is supposed to be like the start to a code or something, but 9, 10, and then A and F. I don't know. Like, these buttons are for entering a passcode. We don't have a passcode yet, though. I should probably look for some hints before I start messing around with this thing. Huh. Let's just examine this. The bottle's old, but we might be able to use the oil inside for something. Maybe we could put it on the old hag's face. Might help moisturize a little. Oh my god. Get rid of some of those wrinkles. How about we put it on your face and then light it on fire? Oh my god. Savage as fuck. I mean, I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the hell can you tell that? They look like just like any other place in there. Oh. 9, 10, 15. We had, what was this? A voucher. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, which the soup dishes there was 10. So 9, 10, 10, 15? Could that be a code? Or am I overthinking this? These buttons are for entering a passcode. I shouldn't be messing around with this unless I have at least some idea. Oh, well, crap! I have an idea, but I guess it's not it. There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate. This plates are for serving meat. Oh, you really are ignorant, are you? Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez. Well, kind of far away, I can't really tell, but is that a ladle? I don't really think our ladle is going to be useful in this situation. Alright. Pipe goes up to the ceiling, maybe... Just maybe we could climb in. Oh my god. How the hell are you supposed to get into a pipe that size? Well, at least you kinda got my joke. That makes me kinda happy. Alright. That's nothing, apparently. Well, crapola! A countertop. Can't click on those bags over there. This is used for something, but I can't, like, put the oil on it. A grill ready to grill. What is this drawer? Oh. Wait, didn't I click that before? Okay, it doesn't do anything anyway. I am severely overlooking something, and I feel really stupid right now. What have I not clicked on? What about this? The door we came in through, okay. Like, I know I could probably click on the lights, but they're not gonna tell me anything. Huh. Like, I feel like I have an idea of the code, but it just doesn't let me. Silver pot here. A partition that splits the room. On one of those swinging doors, you see them a lot in between kitchens and dining areas. For this door, you need to run all the way around the partition to get to the other side. That'd be a real pain in the ass, huh? Well, I guess it's not really important, but still. Table looks really old-fashioned. I mean, I don't know what I could have missed here, unless I can click higher up on this shelf, or big barrel of milk behind the cloth. Shelf with a white cloth on it. We already got the knife. We've already looked at this. Interesting. Let's look at the map. So... What's down this way? It looks like some kind of drawer. Have we looked at that yet? So not at the... Which way would that... No, it doesn't let us look down there, huh? It's like, oh, wow, what a nice dish rack. I'd love to have that in my kitchen. Why don't you take it back with you? Are you offering to carry it for me? Why don't you ask 7? You're kidding. You don't honestly think I'd let a beast like that into my home, do you? Can we go down that way? We can't, huh? Interesting. I'm actually at a loss, guys, a little bit here. I feel like I'm missing something blatantly obvious. Can we use the knife on this door? A rusted bolt. The door won't open until we can do something about this bolt. Maybe we had some kind of lubricant? Oh, there we go. This bolt is rusted in place, it won't budge. Of course, maybe we'll put some oil on it. Hey, just a little bit of oil and come on. I didn't really think of like the oil being used in this way, especially with that little stovetop that was like on. I thought we had to use it with that. Alright, here we go. Progress, guys. I knew I was overlooking something super obvious. I was gonna try to use the knife on it and see if we could use like leverage with the knife or something, I don't know. As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight across his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat.
Oh, it's cold in here. What is this place?
Are you blind? It's a freezer.
Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising, the freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Lotus, however, was in an even worse situation.
Oh, no way. That's way too cold for me. I'll freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you.
Alright. And with that, she ran out of the room. As Lotus left, June came in.
Oh, whoa. It's really cold in here.
White puffs of steam hovered in front of their faces as they talked. June had already started to shiver.
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine. My fever's gone now.
Alright. Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth.
Huh?
Oh! Did she just lock us in? When the thunderous sound of metal and metal rang from behind them, in unison they spun around to find the door they had only recently come through was closed. Lotus! Junpei rushed to the door.
Why did it suddenly close?
Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob.
Ah!
It's like frozen? Looks like this pipe like broke? It was cold beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful.
The knob's frozen.
But why?
They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured.
Looks like the pipe next to it broke, and...
Water released by the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door.
Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door!
She wasted no time in responding.
What do you want? What's going on?
The door won't open! Try opening it from that side, please!
Oh, fine. Like, if you say so. Hold on.
Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Then the grunting ceased and they could hear light panting as if from exertion.
It's no use. It won't budge.
Well, crap.
You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
Oh.
God damn it.
Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. And Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies. I feel like this is not a puzzle set up by Zero. I don't think this was supposed to happen.
Let's find a way out.
Hey, let's find a way out. We're already doing that. Inception.
We're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good...
Isn't it two heads are better than one?
Okay?
None.
Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. Alright. Got dry ice. Alright. Junpei picked up the dry ice with his sleeve so as to avoid burning himself.
Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again.
Hell if I know. How is that gonna help us anyway?
Oh, well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here.
They were about to move on when June spoke up.
Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees.
Jeez.
Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid.
Junpei looked at her dumbfounded.
Oh, how do you know that?
Yeah, that's
Despite
pretty
my
smart.
looks, I'm the the queen of random knowledge.
Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off.
Oh,
Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
yeah, that's right.
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself.
Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first.
Santa was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei. Okay, so this is where, after picking up the dry ice, I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first. It did strike Junpei as rather odd. So I need to pick, it did seem rather odd. I'm guessing is the right option.
It is kind of weird.
June answered.
But it can turn into a liquid. Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure. But at 1 atmosphere, normal air pressure,
It won't turn into a liquid, right?
That's right. Instead of melting, it'll do what's called sublimating and change immediately from a solid state to a gaseous one.
See, that is weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees, so why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide?
June replied with an answer that stunned both of them.
There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Huh?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees?
You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. Junpei was cold as hell, but this was too interesting to ignore. He did his best to warm up by running his arms and stamping his feet, then put the question to June.
So what's this ice with a melting point of 96
Is it just
degrees called?
dry ice?
I heard it's called Ice
Oh,
9.
Ice 9, okay. I don't know much about, like, dry ice and stuff, but I guess I already talked about that. Ice 9.
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify.
Right?
So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yup.
Interesting. She wasn't finished.
Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it. They did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin on its way to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed. And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is. All glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize.
Man, I am like...
But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like... How do I put it?
Okay, so 7, I think it was when we... Maybe when we went through door 4, or whatever... No, door 5. Whenever we went through door 5, it might have been then, or maybe it was one of the other puzzles, told me a story about, this other, like, detergent item or whatever, industrial cleaner thing, that also had a similar story to this, where it, like... When they like, crystallized it or whatever, and it generated, like, hydrate on it. And from then on, everywhere else in the world generated hydrate. I asked my friend about it, and he looked it up, and he told me that it was a fake story for the game. The industrial cleaner that he mentioned did exist, but it never had any story like that. So that was something exclusive to the game, which means whatever we're hearing here might be exclusive to the game. So I'm not as interested in what she's saying as to how it relates to the game, and why do they keep telling us, like, different versions of these stories about, like, these crystals and different things that happen, like, in one spot suddenly, and then expand to the rest of the world. Like, I don't know.
It was almost like all the glycerin in the world was communicating.
I'm trying to figure out, like, if there's some kind of connection between all this that I can make to the game itself and, like, the Nonary game, you know, but, I don't know.
Communicating in some way that we can't sense.
We've also had another, story about, like, invisible communications or something, right?
And now it's happening everywhere.
Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter what I pick here, because I have not been told anything. Alright. I mean, I'm honestly kind of impressed, but it was, in fact, a pretty interesting story.
That's pretty interesting. But, what does that have to do with Ice 9?
To his surprise, it was Santa and not June who answered.
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean?
A lot like? Oh, that would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees, man.
It'd be the end of the world.
Junpei felt that Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with the proper concern.
At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
He was right. Junpei shivered.
Alright guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kinda at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. So seriously, I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. I freaking hate the cold. So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him.
Selfish, isn't he?
Still, Santa was right, and it was high time they got back to their
Ice
search.
9 is interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room. Alright. I mean, I don't think that that's gonna be useful to us now. We can't, like, chip the ice off, can we? Didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah. There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a sealed container together? Am I supposed to test that? Water dripping from this pipe. It looks like when the pipe bursts, the water hit the doorknob and froze it in place. This water actually seems almost warm. Okay, so I guess ice around the doorknob. Oh, I need some kind of container. Is that what it's trying to say? What is this thing? Oh. A water bottle. Alright. A sturdy rope? Oh my gosh. Is there anything else? There isn't anything else that looks useful. Alright. This thing's frozen solid. This pork? Yeah, seems like it. What's this thing? It looks like a tag or something. A chunk of pork, alright. Everything's frozen in here. It doesn't look like there's anything else interesting. Okay. Is that... Okay, so I guess everything else... Whoops, I didn't mean to click on that again. I guess everything else is just extra. Alright, so do we combine the dry ice with the bottle then? No. Okay. Do we just go back to it? Let's start off by putting the dry ice into the water bottle. Okay, but the dry ice is too big. Well, you gotta figure out a way to make it smaller then, don't you, genius? Oh. Do we have to cut the... Oops. No. 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 Stop. Do we have to combine the dry ice with the knife? No. Okay. Dry ice. Can't you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal it in something that's airtight? Explode? Yeah, didn't you do that in school? You should never underestimate the power of expanding gas. Okay. Jumpy, there's a slip of paper in that meat. I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. If we try and pull it out, it's probably gonna rip. You need to defrost that. Oh, that's what the thing is for. Okay. I mean, sturdy rope. It's a rope. Well, we could use it to attach something to something else, I suppose. Alright. Well... So how are we supposed to... Warm water flowing from the pipe. How are we... What's this thing? This thing is covered in something. It's frozen solid. I can't flip it over. Okay. It almost seemed like it wanted me to, like, cut the dry ice smaller to fit in the water bottle? Or am I supposed to put the water... There's warm water flowing from the pipe. I need to crush the dry ice if I want to get it in the bottle. Okay, but how the fuck am I supposed to do that? There's ice surrounding the doorknob. I feel like it's some kind of interaction with the ice. But I can't combine it, right? Combine... I was trying to see if I could use the knife to, like, cut up the dry ice or something. I'm a little confused. What's that? Why can't I see that? No, look at this. Doesn't this look like it has like something on top of it right here? But it's next to this meat container and I can't see that. I guess it's nothing, right? I don't know. Alright, once again, I am missing something blatantly obvious. I can't, like, click on this specific pipe, can I? No, there's warm water flowing from the pipe. I need to crush the dry ice if I want to get it in the bottle. But how do I crush the dry ice? That's the question. Am I just stupid? Like, what was in here? Maybe, oh, frozen chicken. Okay. Well, that's one thing I missed. It's really hard, it's frozen stiff. Hey June, can you say that again? Say it again. No. Really hard. Again. Really hard. Thanks. Something wrong, Junpei? Your face is bright red. Nothing, I'm fine. If it's that hard, you can probably use it as a hammer. Oh, okay. You can use it to break something. Alright. I just missed something obvious, of course. Seems a puzzle with this, or seems... Okay, it's all in pieces now. It seems to be a trend with this. I'm gonna put these pieces of dry ice into the water bottle. There we go. I would have frozen solid. I would have frozen to death. Alright. Not yet, Junpei. We're not gonna get the results we want unless you can hook that bottle to the doorknob somehow. It's gotta explode right next. Oh, we gotta use the rope. Wait, so do we have to combine the... Man, so much combining. Let's just tie a rope on here. Alright. Now... Warm water dripped from the ruptured pipe near the
Put
door.
water into the bottle with dry ice, and make sure the lid's closed. Now I just have to put this makeshift bomb on the doorknob. Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now?
We just need to give it a little, tap. The bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own.
A small rock. Huh. A small rock.
Junpei looked down at the floor. Scattered across it were pieces of dry ice left over from the larger chunk he'd crushed earlier.
This ought to do the trick.
Aren't you not supposed to touch dry ice? Oh, he pulled his sleeve down over his hand. Yeah, okay. To keep from getting burned and grabbed the chunk of dry ice.
Ah, some dry ice, huh? Not a bad idea.
It was a pretty good size. About as big as a pool ball.
Alright, guys, stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
Well, Santa and June looked at him with new concern.
Where exactly do you expect us to hide, genius?
There isn't really anywhere big enough.
Yeah, there is. Look, right here. We can hide in there.
Junpei pulled open the door to the small cellar. Oh
Come
boy.
on, get inside, quick.
That's creepy. I wouldn't want to do that. Santa and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. In his hand, he could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide even through his sleeve. He tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared to throw.
Alright, here I go. 3, 4, 5.
You're counting the wrong way.
Oh, oops.
That is a really sad excuse for a joke, man.
Sorry, dude. Alright, for real this time. You guys ready?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Just throw the damn thing.
Alright, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
And Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he ducked down into the cellar with Santa and June, just as... Boom! Junpei leapt up out of the cellar and ran into the door.
Jumpy! The ice on the door! Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Alright, open the door,
Blast
quick!
must have shattered it.
Yes. Alright, let's see if it opens.
I feel like this, I already said it once, but I feel like this is for sure not part of the puzzle. I don't think Zero accounted for this, but I don't know. There was randomly everything we needed to get out conveniently, but the door gave way easily and the three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once.
Hooray! We're out!
June, relieved, collapsed onto the floor.
Move!
Jeez! Santa shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grill, which he immediately grabbed.
Oh, god damn it!
Oh my god, why'd you touch it, you idiot? He proceeded to kick the grill in a futile but amusing fit of rage.
Well, you did just grab the grill. What did you think would happen? Hey, where's Lotus?
It took Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, idly scratching her chest.
Welcome back.
Jesus,
I was starting to
Lotus.
get tired of waiting for you guys.
With a great yawn, Lotus lowered herself off of the counter. Junpei clenched its teeth and walked toward her.
What were you doing?
What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting.
We were gonna die.
Oh, yeah? But you didn't. So everything worked out all right, didn't it?
But what the hell?
Just kidding. It might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too. If you died, then I'd be stuck here, and I'd die too. See? I did all I could. I even looked around to see if there was anything I could use to pry open the door, but I couldn't find anything. So, all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops?
It was true that there wasn't much she could have done, but something about her tone. Junpei gritted his
Fine.
teeth. Grit those teeth!
But there's one thing I have to ask you.
What's that?
You didn't close the door, did you?
What? You think I closed the door on you? Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own. I told you before, if you die, then I die too.
Yeah, I guess so.
It seemed that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure.
If she really wanted to kill us, all she had to do was bar the door from the outside. But she didn't. Well, she didn't do anything. She's only lazy, or negligent at least, not an attempted murder.
Yeah, I think that was, I don't know, I think that was all just an accident. I'm just a little, I don't know, that whole thing seemed like how did Zero, like a lot of this stuff I can see how Zero planned for. He put in a bunch of like locks and clues in places, but did he actually plan for the friggin' door to shut behind us, and then at the perfect time that pipe to burst and conveniently fall on the door and freeze in a way that locked us in? I don't know about that. Seems kind of fishy, but anyways, guys, we're actually coming up to the point where I think I will call it. I was gonna try to make it to the end of this puzzle, but we do still have to thaw the meat, and who knows if we're gonna get another story in between that, you know? This whole pathway, it seems they like to tell us a lot of stories. We had like 3 in the last puzzle room, and now like 2 in this one so far. And then we have to figure out the code, which I'm guessing is on that piece of paper, and then maybe in that thing is going to be the key card to get out. But this is usually around the time I like to end the episode, so I think I will end it and we will continue in the next one. I will be recording the next one right away, so I won't be, it won't be too long for me to forget anything, you know? So, anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Very interesting episode. We had some interesting stories regarding, you know, the Ice 9 and the different stories regarding that, and then the different stories about, like, the Titanic predictions and stuff, but a lot of it, I still don't know how to piece it all together if it is clues to a bigger picture, you know? But anyway, we will continue on trying to get to this this other ending here in a few. So, yeah, guys, see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.